How's it hanging, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you the round 4 response to the A.S.Q. Ask Spang questions, or the other variation on it, which is... What was the other variation on it? Answer subscriber questions, I suppose. Whatever your take is on it, it's, both work. But I'm going to warn you beforehand, this is going to be somewhat of a longer A.S.Q. because, as you can see in the video title, it is an A.S.Q. plus an update. Because I don't want to put out a single update video. Now, I did start Twitter, and I will be trying to switch more over to a Twitter-focused update system, so I don't have to make update videos. But, you know what? Let's just get to the questions first, and then we'll talk about all that other stuff. So, first question is, and I do have them all on my computer screen, so if I'm looking down, I'm reading. First question says, well, it's more of a statement at first. So, the calmness of Mr. Jingles, Bohemian Eagle, otherwise known as, makes it very interesting to watch, as does your enthusiasm make it fun to watch your vids. Some people don't have the best English on the internet. We know this, please. I am reading these verbatim most of the time, and I know I butcher that word. Don't mock me. Also, he has quite the variety in his videos. Maybe lend. I'm pretty sure you meant borrow, but I get what you're saying, regardless. Some ideas from him. Consider that a question. So, I have checked out his channel a little. And I'll say this much. He definitely has more variety. Now, I did expand my channel's variety to include other things than World of Tanks. I did a short-lived Let's Play of Minecraft and Portal 2, and I did some other just random Let's Play stuff. Magica was something that I actually saw all the way through. That did finish. But those didn't get quite as many views, and quite frankly, many of you said, "You're my World of Tanks channel. I come to you to watch World of Tanks stuff." So, the other things, if I want to do... This is almost exactly what one of you told me. You said, if I want to watch Let's Plays, I'm going to go to, let's say, Jesse Cox, or PewDiePie, or Tobuscus. And I get that, okay? They're famous YouTubers. They're great at what they do. I love those guys. And I'm fine with being a World of Tanks guy. But I also get what you're saying, and that maybe I should expand my World of Tanks focus. Instead of just doing commentaries, maybe do a few more tutorials, such as map-focused reviews and tank reviews. And the only downside to that is I can only review tanks I currently have, or maybe have had in the past, but so many changes have come out since I've played a lot of them that I can't give a fair review. And not only that, the review is going to be very biased. It's mostly going to be a lot of my opinion from what I've noticed. And, I mean, I can try my hand at it, and you guys can let me know if you like them or not. But right now, I am trying to work on some other stuff. And I'm trying to bring you guys more content, but always rely on replays being the mainstay of my channel. And so, don't expect something else to take over. Maybe as I gain more popularity, I might expand my focus and start maybe switching up what I prioritize. But right now, it is replays. So, I'm maybe look for more diverse content in the future. Possibly. Okay. There you go. Yeah, I suppose the question is answered. Yes, I'll try to expand my channel for you guys. Next question. Actually, this isn't a question. It says, "Thank you for serving our country, and you make really good videos. I appreciate being appreciated. So, thanks for the thanks, I suppose." Next question. "Why are you so awesome?" I just am. Let's face facts. It's just a law of the universe. You know, gravity makes things fall towards the ground. The Earth revolves around the sun. You know, the Earth spins, and Spang is awesome. So, yeah. It's not like I try to be. This is just who I am. The same question, question from the same viewer says, "Why don't you post more of your own battles?" Now, this viewer does actually write quite a few things. So, my own battles, it's not that there's a lack of them. It's, first of all, I have a much higher standard for my battles than viewer replays. And it's not like I even have a standard for viewer replays. I'm not the person who watches them. I have a friend who does that for me. But I do have a higher standard for myself, so not many of mine really make the cut. But those that do, you guys send in so many of your own replays, and I want to give those the attention they deserved because I've made a commitment to you guys. I really have. And so if I'm ignoring your replays, I'm really just not living up to my promise to you guys. I tell you guys to send in the replays, and if I don't do them, I'm kind of just, blowing you off, being very rude and inconsiderate. So you guys send in a lot of replays, and I appreciate it, but at the same time, that means less of my replays get the spotlight. And maybe I might have to switch up focus here. And by that, I would like to give your guys the replays, the attention that you hoped I would give them. But at the same time, in order for me to do more of my replays, it's either going to be, I'm going to have to combine commentaries of your guys' replays, or I'm going to have to combine commentaries of my replays. If I have multiple of the same types of tanks, maybe combine them into one massive back-to-back. And we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I'll figure something out. If you guys have an idea of maybe what you would like to see, definitely let me know in the comments. That would help me out greatly. I mean, I am doing this channel for my own entertainment. It's fun to do this, but I'm also doing it for you guys. I'm doing it for my viewers, hence why I even started the whole submit your replay thing. And so your opinion matters to me. So yeah, but moving on, you should make tank review videos, ? Is that an order or a question? Yeah, I kind of hinted at this earlier. I can try, but at the same time, I don't know how good they would be. It'd be something new for me. I did something I called it a tank breakdown back in the day when the IS-8 first came out, and I was playing it a lot because I wanted my IS-7, and I have it now. So one of you asked me if I could do a video review of the IS-8, and I did it, and you said it helped you a bit, but again, I can only do a good review on a tank I currently have and play a lot. So... And not only that, I only feel it's a fair review if the vehicle is fully upgraded. And if I don't have it fully upgraded, again, I can't do a fair review on it. And I only have 22 garage slots. And 5 of those are occupied by top tier vehicles. Many of those slots are tier 8s and other stuff near the top tier. So it's limited. We'll see. Let's leave it at that. I know I said that earlier, but we'll see. I'll keep that possibility open. I'm not going to say no, but I'm not going to say yes. So deal with it. Moving on. When is your list of tanks going to be posted? Now, this question was posted in another video, and I think he reposted it here. Someone suggested I should do like a tank wish list or something of the sort and do a listing of my tanks. I think, I don't know. The English was a little broken. And if you guys, I guess the question maybe is, what tanks I currently have, which I guess you guys are curious about. Maybe that'll come out, possibly. I don't know. Do you guys really care? It's clearly a couple of you do maybe, but if you just let me know. Again, comments are awesome. In the comment section below, let me know if you actually care about what tanks I have. If not, that's cool too. Let me know that. And I'll do a count. And if the number of people who care outnumber the people who don't care, well then I'll do it. But otherwise, nah. I don't see personally, I don't see what the interest is. But yeah, again, I'm kind of doing this for you guys anyway, so. Now, again, same person. You should do replays of more high tiers. Send in higher tiers and I will do them. Simple as that, people. Do you think researching the new USA medium line is a good idea? I do. And because while I am currently at the T69, and it's okay. The T69 is okay. It's not great. T54 E1, not a clue how that thing performs. I've heard great things about the T57 Heavy. Great things. The T-71 you will absolutely love. If you can play a light tank well, if you know how to use those types of vehicles, you will absolutely love the T-71. The T-21, let's face facts, the T-21 kind of sucks. But, yeah, I think researching the USA Autoloader line is a good idea. But only if you really want those types of vehicles. Again, it's up to your personal play styles and preferences, but I personally do recommend it. Here's another one from actually Beast, who is currently in the same clan I am in at the moment. But, again, that'll come up in updates. It says, sheesh, everyone looks up to Spangles, and he looks down to everyone. Maybe. That might be true. If you owned World of Tanks servers for a day, what would you change? What would I change? If I could change... I don't know. Maybe if there was a way... If the servers would allow me to do this, maybe 20 versus 20 battles? Maybe try to make the battlefield a little more chaotic. I know a lot of people would probably say, no arty! Because a lot of people hate artillery, but I'm not one of those guys. Maybe temporarily remove some maps, or maybe enable some lower tier maps to be played in higher tiers, or something of the sort. What would I change? If I own, you know what? If I own the servers for a day, I would be awesome and give everyone like 20,000 gold. Just because. And then everyone would love me and everyone would subscribe to me. Because I would say, here's 20,000 gold. Go subscribe to me on YouTube. And then I would be expanding my audience. And yes, it would be self-serving, but that would be the World of Ganks. Wow. World of Tanks in-game message that you get right in the lower hand corner of your screen that says special events going on and you get all this, and it would say 20,000 gold if you subscribe to my channel. Yes. Okay. Maybe not so much, but I would probably use it to do something awesome for everyone like that, and at the same time a little bit of shameless self-promotion. I mean, really, come on. I'm trying to make a living here. Not really. I work for a living. And this is a hobby. But it'd be nice if this was a second job. Still, getting off track. Another question. Would you like new game modes? And could you imagine a new game mode? I would like new game modes. As for what? Assault kind of makes sense. That seems like a natural course of action. And counter battles, another variation. Which kind of makes sense. I can see how they came up with those. Those are pretty obvious ones. Maybe... It's hard to think of something that would be reasonable to balance. Maybe something along the lines of more high-tier vehicles like a small number of higher-tier vehicles facing off against a large number of lower-tier vehicles. And yeah, that would kind of be... I don't know, that would be hard to balance. Let's think of something else. Let's say maybe a racing game mode. Only light tanks. This would be an only scout tank. Anything that is classified as a scout tank would be allowed to participate in this. And theoretically, it'd be kind of tricky to balance because some of the scout tanks are definitely faster than others. So I don't know. There would have to be something unique. Perhaps an escort mode, where there is a convoy of sorts and your tanks have to defend it against an assaulting team. But again, hard to balance. Working within the confines of the current game mechanics, there's only so much that can be done. And I don't know if I really see anything happening beyond what is currently available. So, excuse me while I get a drink of water. Hey, no complaining. I warned you guys this was going to be a longer video. So, I know some of you are like, sheesh, is she going to keep talking all day? Yes. Yes, I am. Deal with it. Game modes, they're tricky. I can't fault Wargaming for not coming out with another game mode because it's kind of hard to do. But moving on. Now, this is kind of a... Really? Okay, let me read the question. It says, do you think that Russia has better air force and tanks than the U.S.? Clearly not. I mean, what else am I going to say? I'm part of the U.S. military. I am inherently biased. You knew the answer to this question before you asked it. And if you didn't... No, you knew. You knew. There's no way you didn't know. And so you're just really making me look like an asshole American for saying, yes, we're better than everyone else in every single way. America, fuck yeah! And stuff like that. So, I don't hate you, but at the same time, I see what you're doing. Still, yes, I do believe in America's military dominance, and I don't mean that in a conquering sort of way. I'm just saying, if you tango with us, we will mess you up. We have some of the best high-end equipment out there. And, Russia, okay, I don't really follow Russia's current military tech, if I'm being completely honest. But at the same time, I think we could win. Maybe not in a numbers game, but like one-on-one, one of our best fighter jets goes up against their best fighter jet. I think we would win, maybe. I mean, I'm pretty sure our tanks would win. The Abrams is a pretty mean SOB. The M1 Abrams is not exactly something you take lightly. It uses depleted uranium rounds and has like composite armor that is equivalent to like 1,000 millimeters. Okay, not that thick, but you get what I'm saying. It's not exactly something easy to kill. And like I said, honestly, if I am to take a step back, if I just answer that question in complete honesty, I don't know Russia's current military capabilities. So, honestly, I don't know. But the American side of me says, yes, we will kick their ass. So, again, I see what you did there. You aren't fooling anyone. Next question is, how old am I? 23 and a half. Yes, I think I'm not sure if YouTube lists my birthday. I don't think it does. It might. Hold on. I can actually check this because, hell, I have YouTube up right now. YouTube. Go to my channel. Go to my channel, YouTube. I'll switch to one channel later. Stop bugging me. Oh, no, it does not have my birthday. Interesting. Whatever. So, yes, I'm 23 and a half, approximately. So, answered the question. Done and done. Next comment is no! And that was in response to the why don't you post more of your own battles. So I guess one of you is perfectly happy with me not posting as many of my own battles. And then the next comment is, Twitter, ain't nobody got time for that. You should consider uploading your videos more regularly. Yes, I should. Feel free to make 10 a day, but fill the following gap of 2 days with some of those ready-made videos. That wasn't a question, was it? No, but it was a suggestion, and I appreciate it. I've tried that in the past. My lifestyle, it's a balancing act between having the energy when I get home from work, because part of it's energy and motivation, and part of it is feeling like my stuff's good enough. And a lot of the times, the reason why you see mess-ups is because I do a one-take sort of deal on most things. And this is because if I don't commit myself to doing a one-take sort of deal, I am such a perfectionist, I have such obsessive compulsive disorder that if I even allow myself to the remote possibility of redoing it, I will redo it 5 times at least, because I will be unhappy with it every single time. And so I have to let go and say, one shot, done. Otherwise, I'll be stuck in this rut of editing and reshooting and reshooting and reshooting and reshooting. And that's why you notice errors. That's why you'll notice me tripping over my tongue like I just did. And so I have to commit to one takes. Otherwise, I will never upload anything. And, you see that sometimes. Every now and again, I'll relapse into my OCDism, stuff. And I won't upload anything because I won't feel like I'm making anything good enough to be uploaded. But at the same time, that deprives you guys of content, and I really don't want to do that. So you're going to have to suffer through mistakes as I gradually get so good at this to where I never make a mistake. And that's probably, let's face it, I'm about 200 commentaries in, and I'm still making mistakes. So maybe by the 500th commentary mark, you won't see any more, but it's stretching it. Especially since they are impromptu. I do not script anything. I don't pre-screen the replays. I don't think this is exactly what I want to say. I don't have a script or anything that I have prepared. So for impromptu commentaries, I think I do a pretty damn good job. But I've gotten sidetracked yet again. Completely. There wasn't even a question to answer, and I went off on this whole tangent. So again, I warned you guys this was going to be a long video. I mean, what is the timer at right now? 20 minutes. Hopefully you guys are enjoying me talking about me. I am such a self-centered jerk, aren't I? Okay, so next, do you think there should be a free-for-all game mode for people who've had enough of bad teams? Yes, but there cannot be the 30 tank mark. I don't see how that would work. Maybe a free-for-all game mode with maybe just one team. And by that I mean 15 players. Maybe we're going to reduce that to 10 or 5? No, 5 might be a little game mode. A duel game mode where, you know, granted it would have to probably be the same tier to be fair, but I would like to see that. Maybe not a game mode per se, not something you could jump into the random battles for, but you could challenge someone to a duel. And granted, it would be limited in the amount of experience and credits given, but you would be able to earn a little bit from this. And, you know, it does create a problem with the possibility of stat padding, but someone would have to be losing. And I don't know anyone who would be willing to constantly be the loser, especially in higher tier vehicles. But I would like to see a duel type game mode and a free-for-all type game mode with maybe 5 to 10 players scattered throughout the map at random spawn points, possibly. And it's an interesting idea. I would support it. But, you know, that means very little. I don't think I have any sort of weight or pull in this community whatsoever. So, but with any luck, that'll change. We'll see. So, next question. You guys asked a lot of them this time, and I need more water, so. And yes, I hear some of you judging me for having a camo water bottle. Whatever. So, hey Spang, I don't like Twitter, but okay. Yeah. You guys don't have to follow me on Twitter, but if you really want to be up to date on what's going on, that is where my focus is shifting for updates. Especially in the future, maybe some giveaways. If this channel starts generating money, I'm going to use some of that money to give back to the viewers. And that means prize giveaways funded by that money. So, yeah. Twitter's probably going to be... You know what? I can't do that. I'll announce it on YouTube. I'll announce it on Twitter. But also, most of my updates will probably be shifting towards Twitter. So, if you want to stay in the loop, you got to deal. But moving on. You could try to do some reviews of tanks and some map reviews. Again, suggested. Thanks. I could definitely see it being a lot easier doing map reviews, especially just, you know, grabbing a T-71, grabbing a friend, and driving around the map, pointing out the good spots, the bad spots, the here's where Artie will shoot you if you go spots. But, you know, saying maybe a live stream of you in a platoon with a lucky viewer, possibly. That option's already being explored, and, you know, that, let's just say that's kind of already in the works. But, again, that type of stuff will probably be on Twitter only. Just saying. Now, here's an actual question I can expound upon how did you get your IS-4? Did you get it pre 7.3? Now he is asking essentially, did I have my IS-4 when it was still a tier 9 before the tier 10 switch? And yes, I did. How do I like my IS-4? It's okay. I don't love it. I don't necessarily hate it. But at the same time, I don't feel like it really does anything well. Its armor tends to be a little softer. People say, oh, you just angle your side armor more to them. You want to know what people do to me then? They shoot me in my tracks, and I still get hit for damage in my tracks. So, you know what? My IS-4 is... It does really well against lower tiers. Let's put it that way. But against tier 10s, it gets constantly steamrolled. Now, I'm not saying I can't play it well, but I'm just saying it's not my favorite tier 10. That might have to go to either the IS-7 or T110E5. Just saying. But if you did not get a 7.3, pre-7.3, how do I like the IS-4 line? Sorry, can't answer that one since I did get it before the Switch. Saying, keep it up, Spangles, your vids are great and fun to watch. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Next question is, what is it like in the Air Force? That's a very broad question. And it varies depending on your job in the Air Force. Now, I'm a maintainer. I fix planes. So my experience in the Air Force is very different from someone who perhaps has a desk job, maybe is in cyber operations, and yeah, again, throat. This is a 30-minute long video right now, right? Yeah, 26, whatever. My voice gets a little raspy, whatever. So, like I was saying, the Air Force is going to vary drastically depending on your job. If you're a fighter pilot, it's going to be way different than if you're a maintainer, which is going to be way different than if you have a desk job working cyber ops or space ops, or maybe you're part of personnel command and you fill out paperwork and you help people get their paychecks. And every job in the Air Force is important, but every job in the Air Force is a different experience. My job in the Air Force is hard. It's kind of fun because you get to work with your hands, you get dirty and greasy, and you turn a wrench and you fix a plane, and then you see that plane fly, and there's a good sense of accomplishment in your job. But at the same time, you're getting dirty and greasy and sweaty in the sun and getting really tired, and currently I'm still doing more training, more on-the-job training stuff, and that actually ends this week, actually. So at the end of this week, and when I say this week, I mean the upcoming week. It is currently Friday when I recorded this. Actually, it's Saturday morning at 2:04, but you get what I'm saying. I have one more week of on-the-job training stuff, and then I'm back out on the flight line. And I do mean back out there. I was out there for a little while, then they said, we need you to get trained up on more stuff, and I said, cool. I didn't have a choice. But that's another thing about the military. They tell you to do something. You don't really say, yeah, I don't feel like it, you do it. That is military regardless of branch. But yes, my job in the Air Force is probably one of the more difficult jobs in the Air Force. No one, I suppose, enjoys being a maintainer. You do get a certain sense of fulfillment from it if you let yourself, but at the same time, it is a hard job. So I guess my recommendation, I'll say this much. Air Force has the best standard of living. And by that, I mean, Air Force does tend to take care of their people. And so if they tend to be more family oriented, more willing to work with their soldiers, their troops, to accommodate their families. And it really does have one of the better standard of living among all the U.S. military branches. So I can't complain too much. I mean, I am an E4. I'm a senior airman, and I have my own apartment off base. Okay? That does not happen in the Army. That does not happen in the Marines. So I can't complain too much. But still, that was such a broad question. I don't know how to better answer it. So maybe next round, be a bit more specific, and I can expound upon it a little more if you want me to. Next comment is, your uniform looks cool. And yes, it does say locks. He forgot an O. But, well, it's not necessarily my uniform. It is the uniform of the U.S. Air Force. And honestly, it's not the best uniform out there. Yes, I know I'm bashing the Air Force, but it's not a smart design. It really isn't. The Marine design, the U.S. Marine Corps has probably the best camo design for multiple reasons, and the U.S. Air Force is actually currently talking about switching up their camouflage design because it is so bad. And if you want to know why it's bad, I'm sure there's plenty of you can look online and you'll find all the reasons. But I'm not going to go into any more of it than that because I've already wasted enough time. Final comment. This is the final comment, and then I'm going to get to update stuff. So if you care about update stuff, stick around after this comment. However, if all you want to know was the answer to questions, you're done. So congratulations. You sat through about 30 minutes of me talking about random stuff. So you get an internet, I suppose. If you could remove any map in the game and replace it with another, what kind of map would replace El Haluf? Now, that isn't removing any map in the game, now, is it? No, I'm giving you some flack. But if I could replace a map with El Haluf, I mean, the question's kind of a bit weird because I'm not quite sure how to answer it. Because, I mean, it wouldn't really be replacing it if I was just using another map from the game. I'm okay, maybe I would... Okay. Let me think about this. Maybe a better way to answer this is how I might revise El Haluf. And that's a tricky question. Because I don't know. I haven't really thought on it much. El Haluf is one of those maps that, despite it almost always being played a certain way, I've seen it played in a few different ways, especially in Clan Wars, in ways that work, that you never see in random battles. So, I know some people are fed up with it. I mean, you typically have your people who go down into the water, and they get killed, and you have or they sit there uselessly. One or the other. Then you have your people who go to the north and get stuck on that hill and sit there forever as they wait for artillery to rain down upon them until one side is stupid enough or lucky enough to push and it actually works. And so, I mean, you see the common patterns in random battles. And I guess the only thing I can say is maybe, I don't know, El Haluf is... It's one thing to criticize a map, but it's a completely different thing to actually give constructive criticism and say, this is why it's bad, this is what would make it better. But, you know what, this does bring up another interesting point. There was recently a map voting thing that Wargaming had going on, and some of you might be aware of this, but the map that won was, Erlenberg. That's the name of it, right? The castle... The town map, the city map with the railroad tracks on the west side and the castle on the east side. And, you know, in encounter battle, everyone says, take the hill because that will make us win. And then it doesn't always. But it's a decent strategy. So, but I was surprised, honestly, for the number of people I have seen complain about Erlenberg. I was surprised to see it win. Now, I do see why it possibly won, and that is maybe a testament to how much people hate artillery, and especially since artillery is limited in effectiveness on that map. Yes, I can see that as being a possible reason. But I really don't know, honestly, how I would fix or replace El Haluf. Maybe... No, maybe just... Nah, it's too hard. If you really want me to, I mean, I could think on it more, but... that's something for the next A.S.Q, I suppose. Now, to updates, because, oh my gosh, it has been so long since I've done anything, and I apologize for that. I am so sorry to you guys for not uploading, like, anything for about 4 weeks. And that does really come down to the fact of, 1, motivation, energy, and time. I have just had such a hard time sitting down to do replays. It's been really difficult. Not only that, I left my clan because, not for any bad blood or arguments or disagreements, it was just a simple fact of Steel Viper has 3 divisions. the Panthers division, the Tigers division, and the Venom division. Venom used to be our premier kind of group that had all of the biggest of our best tanks. But apparently it kind of fell apart in my absence. I'm not saying it fell apart because of my absence, but while I was gone, Venom fell apart and they shifted everyone back to Tigers, which used to be our premier group. And Tigers was full up. So I kind of said, well, I can't join the main team, and maybe it's time to look for a new clan. I've been with Steel Viper for about a year, but we have yet to ever be able to get and hold on to land. We've landed a few times, and we've gotten a few territories, but we've never managed to actually hold on to it for any sort of extended period of time. So I said, you know what, I'm going to explore my options. So I did a bit of clan hunting. I'm currently signed up with Ghost, and that it's the same clan Beast is in. I mentioned that earlier. Beast is also known as Gregud the Skater, or hold on, he actually left a comment on this video. I probably said his name wrong. Gregud S Skater. So Gregud A Skater. That same guy. But like I said, we're in the same clan. So this clan I think has a lot of promise. I think they have the potential to get and hold land. Now you're saying, well, clearly, I mean, some of you had straight out said, wow, you're one of the better World of Tanks players I've ever seen. And one of the guys in Ghost actually commented on, with your stats, why didn't you sign up with a higher tier clan? First of all, no one offered. I mean, I wasn't exactly on the market for all that long, and I didn't really advertise myself, but I did get a few clan offers. Second, I kind of like the smaller clans. I like getting in on the ground level a little more, because then you make connections, you participate more, and then once the clan gets big, you're one of those original members. And you tend to get a bit more favored when it comes to battles and gold and stuff like that. And yes, I am doing it for gold. I mean, that's kind of what a clan means to me, is free gold. And yes, it's good times, platoons and friends and all that good stuff, but gold is important. So we'll see how things work out with Ghost. I'm hopeful and I'm optimistic, but at the same time, I'm going to give them a reasonable amount of time. And if things don't seem to be working out in terms of, I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to be reasonable about it. And if we end up recruiting up to our maximum of 99 players and we are doing clan wars week after week after week and we can't seem to do anything about it, I might have to leave. But like I said, I'm optimistic. I think they have the potential, and we'll see where that goes. Also, there was that 2-year anniversary weekend. I was playing World of Tanks so much in preparation for that because I needed credits and I needed experience to get a lot of vehicles. I bought like 4 tier 8 vehicles that weekend. My T69, my Tiger II, my VK4502 Alpha, and my ISU 152. And, I also bought my Ferdinand. So, it's, there was a lot of grinding going on. That was also focus. And, so clan hunting, getting established in my clan, doing all that grinding kind of has all contributed to me not being able to do replays. Now, also, I updated my game to 8.4 when I still had mostly 8.3 replays to do. And I tried to install the replay compatibility pack. Well, tried is a bit of a stretch. I got it, didn't see blatant instructions on how to do it. So I kind of tried to wing it. It didn't work. I'm going to reapproach it at some point, but and for the moment, 8.3 replays do not work for me. And yes, 8.5 is out. I have not updated my game because I want to get through the 8.4 replays, but right now, 8.3, kind of going into storage. Probably never going to see the light of day. I'm hanging on to those replays just in case I ever get replay compatibility working. But at the same time, it's possible if you sent me an 8.3 replay, it will not be seeing the light of day, ever. And I'm sorry. That is, I'll own up to it. I messed up. So, it's sad, but at the same time, in my inbox right now, I also have several replays. And I will say something on this. When you guys send me in a replay, please do not send me in older replays. Send me in something that is current, from the current game version. Because otherwise, chances might be I will not be able to do it. Final updates, I suppose. Okay, no, it's not final. I am this weekend. This weekend there will be no replays uploaded because I'm working on a Tank song parody. Because there's that contest going on, and I think I have a good chance of winning it because, well, I have a parody that I think is pretty awesome. Now, it's not of a mainstream song, but it is still a parody, and you'll see it. It'll be uploaded to this channel, and that is what most of tomorrow and this weekend is being committed to, is getting that done, because the deadline is coming up very quickly. I have lyrics, I have the music, I just have to record me singing and get the video edited to it, and it will be done, and I can submit it, and it's content for you guys, but it's also a chance for me to win gold, yes! Also, Alienware Arena. There is an esports competition going on, and I'll put this on my Twitter too. If you guys are still watching at this point, well, actually, there's no point in putting it on my Twitter because I only have 3 followers on there right now, but if you guys are still watching, I love you, and also, you're probably committed enough to be interested in signing up with my team on this. Now, I am looking for 6 other players, and preferably with King Tigers, that's the Tiger 2, or the AMX 1390. Both fully, you have to have fully upgraded. And if you have both vehicles, that is even better. KV5s are also acceptable. But I'm looking for 6 other players that would be willing to sign up with me for my team of 7 to compete in this tournament. And I believe it is, I don't think it might be next weekend, but I'm pretty sure it's the weekend after. So I'll put out another video, I suppose, for those who didn't have the patience to watch through, what, the 40 minutes I'm at? Yeah, the 42 minutes I'm at. And hopefully we can get a good team together. We will be doing practice battles. You've got to be willing to spend the extra credits on premium rounds and consumables. So you're gonna, I'm going to mandate premium rounds, and I would prefer that you buy like the automatic fire extinguisher and stuff like that. Now, it will put you out for credits, but if our team manages to take first, that's $100 for everyone. For each person, it's a $700 pool for the winning team, which gets divided evenly among all the players. Now, 7 is the minimum you have to have, but you can have more, but still, I prefer 7. There's a lot of other rules involved, but, you know, if you're interested, just let me know. I'll in the comments below. Actually, comments below work. Say, yeah, I've got this tank. I would love to be interested. Now, maximum tier is tier 8. And we will be doing practice battles. So you've got to be committed. But, you know, that's, again, I should put out another video for this, for those of you who didn't have the patience. But if you comment on this video, you get priority. So congratulations, you might be part of a winning team. But we'll see how things go. Anyway, also, final announcement. Commentaries will resume next week with 8.4. Well, there's going to be an old 8.3 because I'm always one video ahead for the end of commentary video caption thing that I do, which I don't use captions, but you know what I mean, the preview. So there's going to be an old 8.3, but 8.4 replays will resume next week. They will be coming out en masse because I need to update my game to 8.5 so I can participate and organize for this tournament. And so, I guess that's finally everything. Thank you guys for sitting with me for 45 minutes, if you've managed to make it this long. Like I said, be on the lookout once I start generating enough income on this channel. Yes, it is monetized, but as you can tell, I only do the little captions in the video. I do not do TrueView ad streaming that forces you to watch an ad before you watch my commentaries. Because I don't like those. I know YouTube still forces them on videos sometimes, but as just regular advertising, but in terms of me enabling ads, I do not do them. So it's just something I don't believe in. But I would like to repay you guys by having contests, and we'll see how I figure out those working. But yes. The tank parody will be up before the weekend's out. Commentaries resuming next week, and a massive flood. Expect possibly 3 to 5 a day. back, like one right after the other. I'm probably going to start multiple uploads right when I go to work. So you'll see a lot of them early in the morning. Maybe start multiple uploads when I go to bed, but I need to get through my replays. So if you've been starving for content, you might want to create a playlist for me in terms of, keeping up. If you don't like to miss a replay, just saying. But they will be all added to my commentary playlist anyway, so I mean, you don't necessarily have to. Still, I do appreciate you guys sitting with me for this long, and it is time I wrap this up. Now, if you liked this A.S.Q. as long as it was, and you want me to continue doing A.S.Qs, please leave a like and let me know. If you think A.S.Qs are a little bit, a bit of a waste of my time, a waste of your time, dislike it. Let me know that too. And if you've got a comment, suggestions on how to make it better, if you have anything to say about anything I said in this video, like I said, if you're interested in joining the team, if you got suggestions for content, specific suggestions, I'm not talking really general, but suggestions for how to make my channel in general better. Yeah, did I say better first? I don't know. Whatever. It's been a long A.S.Q. But, do not post questions. That will be for A.S.Q. round 5. If there is a round 5, which there probably will be. It's almost the first of the month, and round 5 will be out shortly. But never, please don't post questions in the response. There is a questions segment for that particular reason. I don't want the wires to get crossed. Don't cross the streams, and that is a really old reference. Well, relatively speaking, but still. Anyway, I love you guys, and I hope I've answered all your questions satisfactorily. I can't say satisfactorily. I don't even know if I said that word right, but this has been Spang, and I am signing off, and now I have to find that button, because my webcam is awesome. Bye, guys.